Good evening and welcome to the Posthumous Poetry Series Part 23. It's a beautiful Saturday here in Pittsburgh, 70s. It's been that way all week. It's those days we dreamed of in winter when it was so cold. And it was nice to be out and feel warm. Stuff like that. Tonight's poem is actually an interesting poem in a sense for a series because the poem itself deals with the beginning of myself as a poet, and it's a bit of a comedy. You know, um, when I was a senior in high school in Ligonier, I read this poem by Lawrence FERLINGHETTI called "In a Surrealist Year Sandwichmen" from Coney Island of the Mind. Coney Island of the Mind, the most uh, popular book of poetry ever printed. I think it's in the millions. And yes, I read this poem called "In the Surrealist Year Sandwichmen," and something happens in my brain. And after reading that poem, I became a poet. And sometimes one has an opportunity in life to meet people who had some kind of impact on you, and the only goal really is just to say thank you. And I had an opportunity to meet Ferlinghetti, and this is kind of the poem about that meeting, kind of a mystery around it. The title of the poem comes from Deuteronomy. You know how it is, you're sitting around reading your Bible and come across stuff that makes you say, what the fuck? And there was this thing in Deuteronomy that said, "Cursed be he that maketh the blind to wander out of the way." And I thought to myself, well, what's that about? There must have been some high incidence of people in those days, goofing on the blind people, and that they had to put a whole rule in the Bible about it. And it kind of fits the poem. It's not really a long poem either. It'll end quicker than you realize. Cursed be he that maketh the blind to wander out of the way. Senior year in Ligonier High School, I read a poem by Ferlinghetti. In the surrealist year of Sandwichmen, I became a poet. He became what Duncan called my master for a while. In 1976, finally got to San Francisco. I called City Light Books to see when would be a good time to pop in to say howdy to Ferlinghetti. Stop in any time, I was told. Next day, I walked through Chinatown, climbed the city lights, only to be told he was fishing. On the way back, I stole a copy of Rolling Stone, McCartney on the cover, bukowski inside. At least a decade passes. I meet Ferlinghetti in Warren, Ohio at the Kenneth Patchen Festival. He tells me he doesn't write anymore. More time for fishing, I say. I don't fish, he said. I paint. I have a show in Germany this October. I have a picture of him and me. The situation is one of incondite apogee. Today, I'm browsing a back issue of Antaeus magazine, spring 1989 at Borders. There was a poem by Ferlinghetti entitled "Poet as Fisherman."